Hello, welcome pen friends. I'm back with another inky video. I wanted to share with you some really happy news that happened to me on this past Saturday. And I got a surprise package in the mail from Ferris Wheel Press. They sent me some ink samples and a notebook. And I wanted to show you what the ink looks like and show you the little experiments I've done so far. These are not full reviews, but it was really, really fun. And wow, what an interesting thing. It just took me by surprise. I had been in email contact with them, but it was about another project, and I thought they might be sending me ink like later in the year, but wow, it just showed up in my mail. And what you're seeing here is the inside of the beautiful box that this stuff came in. In the past, I ordered through their Kickstarter. I got a bottle of their ink, and it's here. It's right here. Let's see. I have reviewed this one, the Tanzanite Sky. They're known for their really beautiful packaging, and so oh, I don't have the little baggie in there, but anyway, they're known for that, and I'll link this video for you. But this was my first experience with these little, they're called chargers, little 5mm samples. And I'm going to just show you what the inks look like, each one, and then I've got some stuff in my ink journal that I started doing, and we will together look at this notebook for the first time. So I'll be right back. Wasn't that box just so cool? I just love the little kitty, the little kitty in the box. I can't stop looking at it. In fact, I'm going to have it upright on my ink desk. I just have to find some way to use it as a little shadow box or display. I couldn't believe it. So pretty. So let's look at the package. Let's look at how it came. These are the little packages. When I first saw them, I thought they were pens, and then I read the ink charger set. Okay, so inside were 3 of these. Now, I will say that right away, I did put the inks into my regular little ink vials so that they fit, you know, into my little safety holder, which is hiding right now. Oh, here it is. Oh my goodness. I have to use that. I just have to in order to not dump ink. So that I did do that right away, but I did put water back into this one that is the pink eraser, so we could kind of see how it looks. But so these are little magnetic boxes. Really cool. It's actually, it looks like the size of a pen box. I don't know, but let's see where my pens are all rolled up in my rickshaw pen roll. Let's try one. I don't know why my brain works like this, but this is how it works. So I got to see if a pen fits in there. I don't know whatever for, but oh yeah, Lamy Safari fits in the box. That is cool. That is just really cool. It's my first experience with their, what you would call samples, and each one of those holds 5mm. It actually, I thought, is that 5mm? But it sure is. It turned out to be. And that's what it says, and that's what's in there. 5mm of each one. So let's put these back, and then we'll look at these. I did the tiles so that I could really look at the inks. And the reason I'm doing this video right now, I'm in the middle of 2 major projects, but I've got good lighting. And this ink does require good lighting, because even so, the colors may darken and brighten up a little. I'm not sure, but right now I'm actually seeing very close to what they look like. So it's a good time of day to do this. This is my favorite of the 6. It's Ferris Wheel Press Little Robinia. And it's that very complex kind of a light lilac purple. It's gorgeous. And right away, it reminded me of another one that came not too long ago. Let's see. I couldn't find the tile yet because that's another story. But it did sort of remind me of Vinta Ink's Violet Mascara. Now, there's a big difference there. I can see it as I look at it, but we'd want to compare tile to tile. And there's a reason why that's not possible right at the moment, because I'm working on a really cool project. Okay, so then that's the purple one. And my second favorite out of these was this one. It's a kind of a, is it a pink or is it a red? It may come across as red. It does to my eye, and it's looking quite authentic here, I think, today. But it's called Pink Eraser. Very pretty. And these two are, to me, you know, saturated enough for me. I tend to like a saturated ink. Okay, so that's those two. And then I was surprised actually at how this one looked in the nib. So we'll look at that in a minute. And I'm just talking a glass nib. I didn't have time to really go into it deeply, but this is the Ferris Wheel Press Sweet Honeydew. And it's a light green, but it's quite pleasing. In fact, these four really make me think of backgrounds. Whoops, I guess we can't really see them good because I've got some stuff going on with how I've got my setup. But all four of these really kind of make me think art journal, backgrounds, and we'll see my splattering. That was fun. So I guess I would say this one was my next, but I like them all. I know I could write with these two, and these four I feel like are for artistic purposes. This Ferris Wheel Press Creme of Earl, very unusual. It's going to be funny when I start trying to decide what color it is for my color separating groups. Kind of looks light brown, or it could also pass sort of as a gray, but it's very interesting. Really is. Kind of looks like a Necco chocolate candy, only maybe a little, you know how it looks through the cellophane of those rolls. If you're old like me, you remember those. This is Ferris Wheel Press Cotton Candy, a nice soothing light blue. That's real pretty. Okay, and then, oh, I'm hoping I'm not completely crooked. And then this really sweet pink called Strawberry Macaron. Very, very light, but beautiful. And I'm thinking of, I've got a couple of pen friends that really do like the subtle colors and would be like super excited about this. So there we have it. There are the 6 inks. And I think next we'll look in my ink journal, and then we'll investigate that notebook further. So there we go. And I've got my ink journal already open. Hopefully I can find a way to fix it so we can see it. Pretty good. Okay, well that's not too bad, except that I kind of would like everything to be in there. So let me adjust a little. Okay, so the first thing I did was open up to a new spread and start splashing with the ink syringes, because I just love any excuse. And I figured that there wouldn't be any carryover too far, but I did have a paper towel in between just to see, because yeah, I put the ink on quite strong, but it didn't like totally bleed through or anything. I did have paper towel in there. But that's sweet. That's really pretty. I can imagine with those really light colors, the Macaron, the cotton candy, the Creme of Earl especially, I can think about that process I used to like to do with putting the ink on a baggie, then spraying a little bit of water and doing the plopping with a plastic bag onto Tomoe River paper or anything else. Really, it would make a beautiful background. And I just haven't sacrificed a baggie right now to do that yet. And it's because I'm juggling a lot of different projects. But this was really fun to get a chance to see them close. Of course, this paper is watercolor paper, so we're getting a whole different kind of a view on there. And then when we get on Tomoe River, this is 68 GSM Tomoe River paper. We get that look, which is different. Even with the when you compare these two, you're looking at it looking a little more brushed on this paper. But it's so cool. And I put each one of these at least through so I could see what it looked like in my glass nib. Let's see, what did I do with that? I found it on the floor, which means that Coco had been busy, but the rickshaw holder kept that pen safe. And I think I must have put it somewhere where, yeah, I don't have a visual on it, but it's my Moon Man glass nib pen that has a cover that screws onto it. And luckily it was in a nice cushy rickshaw case, or it would have probably been broken, because apparently it was a toy for him this morning. He got put over on this side of the house because he bit me last night. Oh boy, he's got a steep learning curve. So the purple just showed up so nice, the little Robinia, very pretty. In fact, I was thinking, why don't I just use that glass nib to write some letter with? I might really enjoy that, especially if it's a shorter letter. And heaven knows I've got a long list of letters to write. And then same with Pink Eraser. It came out, you know, real readable there on the Tomoe River paper. And then the next one was the Creme of Earl, and it's light, but it's got that gorgeous, I mean, look what it did when I splattered it. And these colors kind of played well together too. And then Ferris Wheel Press Sweet Honeydew seemed really light, but again, real pretty, real like springtime, you know, dewy kind of colors. And the Cotton Candy, that's the blue. I did the smears exactly the same way, so you can see that they're pretty light on there. And then the Strawberry Macaron. So this is just preliminary. This is just me, you know, trying them out. Not a lot of, it's just a lot of heavy ghosting there, even with the painted on. You could still work on this side, I think. I probably won't because I don't want to create, if I use a more saturated color on this side, I would probably create a situation where I made a mess over here. And I don't want to do that, so I'll probably tape something in on the other page. I don't like to waste pages. But these are just really, really pretty. And I have a few artist friends too that I think would be interested in these, just for the way they work together, and they're just really pretty. So let's look at that notebook. I haven't even had a chance to look at anything but the outside of it. So let's do that together. It is really pretty. It's called the Nothing Left Dot Grid Notebook Journal, Pebble Gray. Really, really pretty. It looks to me to be the size of a traveler's notebook. Let me grab my regular traveler's notebook and see if that's correct. Okay, so now I have my Traveler's Company olive green regular size traveler's notebook, and they do look very similar. There's just a little difference. Not much at all, really. Just a little bit of difference in size. In fact, okay, let's get in here and look at this. First of all, I probably need to take this pretty label off, or at least I normally would tear it, but I'd like to kind of keep it, and that way I can refer to it if I need to. Okay. 176 dot grid patterned pages on 100 GSM paper to offer the smoothest writing experience with your fountain pen. Mark down your daily checklist with dated pages. Oh, well, let's get in there and see. And a gross grain textured ribbon place marker finished with a subtle vegan leather cover. Sized 215 millimeter by 105 millimeter. These things are all designed in Canada. Okay, it says here made in China. Huh, neat. But now I'm seeing the Ferris Wheel Press inks available to order here in the States, which is really neat too. So that made me feel really happy when I saw that, because it just makes it that much easier for us to order. So let's get in here. That's a nice, looks like it's already built in. Yeah, built-in elastic, so that's really pretty. Let's see, it says, if found, return to, so it gives you a place to put your name. Huh. Ooh, nice paper. Smooth, but it has a little bit of texture, a little bit of, should I say tooth? Oh, what did that say about the, let's measure the dots. That's important too, I think. That looks a little bigger than 5, but maybe I'm, 5. It almost looks like 6, but I don't want to be quoted, because sometimes with my bifocals and the rate of speed that I'm going through my day right now, I don't know. Huh. Oh, okay. When it said dated, it just has a place to write the date. You can circle the SMT, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That is neat. Very nice. Let's see how it, yeah, I bet you that would open nice and flat. That's pretty good for a notebook like this, that it would open nice and flat. It's white. That's pretty. Either write something worth reading or do something worth writing. Benjamin Franklin. That's nice. Huh. Well, you know what I always like to do? I always like to do a pen test on the back page. So let's see. I'm a little crowded here, but I've got my, whoops, there went the plastic. I have my currently inked pens all in my rickshaw plush case here, and I'm going to see. Poor pens are a little bit neglected because I've been sewing and I've been doing a project, a very exciting project that I'm going to be able to talk about soon, that has to do with fountain pen inks and a collaboration that another person asked me to work on, which I'm very excited about. So let's grab this. This is my TWSBI Diamond 580. And I think I've got Aurora Borealis in it. Yeah, my whole chart got disturbed, but these are my, yeah, that's the ink that I have in it. So we're just going to do, I don't want to do it back there because that'll be harder. I want to do it right here. Pen test. Ooh, that looks really pretty on that paper. That's a beautiful ink. Okay, so I'll just do a little box. TWSBI Diamond 580 medium AL. I forgot to write that. Okay, so we've got diamine. I never can spell this. Aurora Borealis. Beautiful teal ink. Just gorgeous. Okay, so there's one. We'll just do a couple and then see, just kind of see, whoops. Oh, I see a problem with one of my pens. Huh. Oh, okay, it must have been chocolate. I thought, oh no, I chipped my pen. But chocolate is another possibility considering everything that's been happening. Okay. This is Jinhao 159 with the beautiful Diamine Kelly Green and a broad nib. Ooh, that paper's showing off the shading pretty nice. Kelly Green. Okay. Poor neglected pens. This is ridiculous. I mean, I go and sit down at night to journal and I'm usually kind of tired, so I actually have been busier than usual lately. And so I usually just pick one pen at night, and here I have 9 pens inked up. That's ridiculous. Okay, here's my Lamy Safari. With the fine nib. And this is the Diatramentis ink. Let's see. Yeah, we'll call it Alexander Hamilton. It's got 2 names, so. I'm just loving that ink. Okay. Nice and dark and saturated and beautiful for taking notes. Okay, I think that's it. I just wanted to get a feel for it. The paper feels really nice to write on, and it's a nice clean white paper, and it feels nice and thick. Let's take a peek. I want to make sure I don't smear because some of that's probably still drying. So I'll put a little piece of Rhodia. Okay. Okay, it's seeping through a little. But those are pretty heavyweight. Let's see. That's a saturated medium nib. That's a broad, very wet nib. And then the fine Lamy Safari, well, that's a really dark ink. And it's not as if it's like flat out bleeding through, but you can see that it's definitely seeping through. So, but this is a gorgeous notebook. I can just imagine. I know there'll be, that's why I do the tests. And believe me, that is common to have in different notebooks. You know, it just depends on what. I don't have actually fine nibs really inked up right now. I've got almost all broad and stub nibs inked up, but it'll be fun to play with that and try it out. And it is gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. I'm absolutely sure, because if you remember, it was kind of, well, it was much worse with the log and jotter, and I found pens that would work out really good, because I know that wouldn't have, it would have been worse than that with that other notebook. So there you have it. Beautiful, and I will be continuing the exploration. This is not by any means a review. I just really felt excited to show you these colors, and I've seen them already on other people's videos, which is so cool. You know, I've enjoyed that, but I had no idea. In fact, here comes a box, and I was sewing, and Manuel came running into the room, and I think he said, "What did you order? I didn't think you were ordering." Not to be upset or anything, but I said, no, I didn't order anything. So then I realized right away that it had to be from them, because we had been emailing back and forth about something else. So thank you to Ferris Wheel Press for these beautiful inks, and we will continue exploring them. And yeah, I just wanted to show you. The other thing I just wanted to show before I leave is what I've been working on, which is sort of a work in progress to make these masks. Been a lot of learning. This was one of my favorite materials that I had on hand, with the little paw prints, and it reminded me of my Mina, my gray cat. She hasn't been in a video for a while. Let me get her picture. So when I saw this material, right away it reminded me of Mina, and of course Mina has passed away, but she's never gone from me. She's always in my heart. And anyway, I'm doing these with an inner lining with a cotton material, but I'm trying to come up with thicker things, and there's 5,000 videos and material items, but I'm using what I have on hand, and primarily what I'm using them for is to if I have to run in anywhere, or be in contact with someone, I'm wearing it and then coming home and washing them. So, and then this, although it looks like hair tie, it's just like 2mm elastics from the traveler's notebooks I used to make. So they're coming out pretty good, but I think I need to make them thicker. So anyway, I made like a big batch for some ladies that sew at Cintas. I mean, they're not just sewers. They actually also take care of uniforms, and there's a lot more to it, but they're essential workers. And then I've been trying to make them for families. So I've been working on that. And another project that I'll talk about soon, having to do with comparing ink colors, and I can't wait to be able to talk about that more. In the meantime, I thought you'd just enjoy seeing these, since I had good lighting that would actually show these and not, brighten them up beyond what they are. And I don't feel like they're washed out either. I think you're actually seeing a very close representation of what they look like. And I'll do the links to the website, but I have no idea the availability, because we're all in the same boat. All the companies and all the customers for fountain pen inks and accessories, it's day by day. You have to check with the vendor, with the people, and see what the availability is. But I'll link it to you, and also whatever I can find on yeah, I'm sure I can link you the, wow, that's dusty on the top of the Tanzanite Sky. It's because I fill out of sample vials, so I haven't been in this one for a little while. But that was a really saturated kind of a blurple that was gorgeous, still is, and probably got less than half a bottle left of that one. So I'll leave you now. I hope you're having a good day. Taking a break to appreciate inks and pens and everything is real important right now, I think, or whatever hobby we can enjoy while we're going through some unprecedented days. So have a good day, and let me hear from you in the comments. Bye for now.